Macon.
Born and raised?
Born and raised. Right by Mercer, the baseball field.
Nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Be consistent within my work is always be process oriented. Mm-hmm. You never want to be result oriented because your process won't be right.
Yeah.
To put it in the simplest words.
Exactly.
People think that your statistics are kind of your reward. I feel like the process is my reward.
The process.
Just because like I'm in love with it.
Right.
Like
exactly.
it's something that I truly enjoy.
Yeah.
And people kind of look at me and say that I overdo it sometimes, but like that's what I live for. This is what I play.
This is you.
This is what I do. So I take a lot of pride in it.
So what I saw was, and it was gone. It was almost like it never touched the glove. Almost.
Yeah.
What's the deal with that, man?
So you always want to have, I kind of think of shortstop as like a dance, really.
Right.
You always want to be light on your feet, light hands, catch it like it's an egg, take care of the baseball. That's one thing I keep in my mind up here. And I just like helping my pitcher out. I want him to throw least pitches as possible. And the way to do that is when the guy rolls a ground ball or he gets the guy to hit a ball right at you, make the play, catch it and get it out. That's one thing that I've always been taught.
Right.
Take care of the baseball first, catch it cleanly, make a strong throw to first.
Wow. Let's go in this cage, man. Honestly, I've seen a lot of videos and I've seen your hitting has really impressed me.
Oh yeah.
Not only the fundamentals, but the power, the prestige, the balance, the the calmness at the plate.
Oh, 100%.
Impressed me so much that I decided that we should get in here and actually, hit a few hundred.
No doubt. No doubt.
Maybe not that many, but I'm gonna put some on this tee, man. I just want you to go ahead and line it up how you want it, man. Yeah. And if you could talk me through a daily tee work. How would you?
Daily tee work.
Yeah, talk
I
me
can
through
do
it.
that for you. I can do that for you. So what I normally do is I keep it basic. Normally I'll start with bottom hand. I'll go right here. All I'm trying to do is keep that knob going down this white line right here.
Okay.
I'll switch it. I'll go top hand for a couple. Feel my bat path. Same thing, just going straight through the line. I'll go short bat. Choke up a little bit. Trying to get it right there.
Right.
After that, I'll put the tee aside for a little bit. I'll do some tosses.
Okay.
Trying to get that low damage. The main thing with my routine is I try my best to stay off the top of the net. Obviously, I'm going to hit some there because I'm not perfect, right?
Right.
But the goal is to always get that backspin, low line drives because that's how they pay you, right? They pay you for the doubles, singles, triples, all that. The home runs, in my opinion, are accidents. They come naturally. All you want to try to do is square that ball up as hard as you can. Your statistics are kind of your reward. I feel like the process is my reward.
The process.
Just because like I'm in love with it.
Right.
Like it's something that I truly enjoy.
Yeah.
And people kind of look at me and say that I overdo it sometimes, but like that's what I live for. This is what I play.
This is you.
This is what I do. So
wow.
I take a lot of pride.
So the goal is to look at the picture and then bring it down to your target?
So
I noticed that.
Yeah. So I like to imagine like a actual pitcher on the mound.
Sure.
When you're doing your tee work, I mean, you're not going to be looking down as the pitch is coming in. You're gonna be tracking it as it comes in.
Sure.
So I try to imagine my load and everything as if there's an imaginary guy on the mound, so I can kind of be as realistic as possible.
Exactly.
Oh.
Let's get one more here. Nice. I just want to say thank you for joining Outside the Line podcast. We're going to go inside the podcast, but the first thing we'll do, we'll show you what we call the Wall of Fame. Okay, the Wall of Fame is where we have all of our super athletes that comes through and get the shine on the Wall of Fame.
Oh,
so let's head over there.
Let's go.
Good. All right, let's go into the Wall of Fame.
Okay.
Right around. So mind, take a look and see if you know any athletes.
Oh yeah.
That's been on the Wall of Fame. First FPD.
Yeah, I definitely know that one.
I definitely know that one.
I definitely know that one.
Yeah, I tried to call him today.
My guy Logan. So
yeah.
Kendall Simmons.
Kendall Simmons. Maybe he did respond. I'll see.
Yeah.
When the last time you talked to Kendall?
No, I know Sydney too. So Kendall, Logan, we call him Logan. He was actually, home from ball.
Exactly.
Ball.
Sure.
He came to hit with us at my school FPD.
Yeah.
And he kind of dropped some free games, some tips, some gems on how to go about your work and, how to stay humble and be in love with the process because it's not easy.
No.
I mean, he told me, hitting 95-mile-an-hour fastball every single time you go out there can be challenging, can be mentally frustrating sometimes.
Exactly.
There's not many sports you can go out there and fail 3 out of 10 times and still be considered great.
Wow.
He's definitely one of those gems that's kind of helped me out. So.
He is. Anybody else on here?
Got Sydney.
Do you know DJ?
Willis, I know DJ. I watched him play his senior year.
Exactly.
He's a stud.
Let's go into the podcast.
Oh yeah.
How you sit on that side there?
Okay.
Around here. Listen to a little Polo G here. What do you know about Polo G, man? What's the deal?
A little bit of everything. I mean, he's one of my lock-in artists when I'm, getting ready to play a game.
Excellent.
We blast him in the locker room, my beats. It's a lot of Polo G, Lil Baby, Rod Waves. So.
Right. That's good. So, first of all, let's get deep into, let's get started with the podcast.
Okay.
First of all, my name is Lee Hughes with TNG Sports and Fitness. Here at Outside the Line podcast, we got a super exciting guest today, and he really don't need an introduction. I mean, if you look at all the trophies, if you're following, you'll know that baseball. This young guy had done some amazing things, not only this year, last year, or years. Today we have the number 6 player from Perfect Game in the nation here with us. We also have the number 1 Perfect Game, a ranked baseball player in Georgia here with us today. He has a great GPA, 3.7 GPA. So he's getting the books also. Mr. Keon, he also is projected for MLB in 2026. So this is no small change today. So today we have Mr. Keon Johnson here from FPD. I wanted to say the entire school name, but we're going to cut it short here for FPD. So welcome to Outside the Lines podcast.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Thanks for having me. So Keon, I mean, I'm looking at all these trophies. I'm looking at all these awards, and we actually went to the game the other night, and we wasn't disappointed. We got some nice hits. The crowd was nice. I mean, you pulled off a double play for us. You had your own fan base, and I think you had your own photographer there also. So my man Keon is Keon Key, or what's your other nickname? Scooter? No, just kidding. my man Key has really put on for the MacTown. And for a lot of you who do not know, Mr. Keon is from Macon, Georgia. He's not from Tennessee, even though he'll be taking his gifts to Nashville. He's not from Tennessee. He's not from anywhere else. He's born and raised here in the MacTown. So I'm super excited to get you on for that reason alone. That's one of the reasons alone that you're here from the MacTown, from Macon, Georgia. If you don't mind introducing yourself, Mr. Keon Johnson.
Oh yeah, I'm Keon Johnson, class of 2026. I go to First Presbyterian Day School. I play shortstop. My summer team is San Diego Padres scout team. I'm just happy to be on. So.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So to be projected for the MLB. So this guy's in the 11th grade, right?
In 11th grade, yes.
So I started hearing about this young kid, FPD, and I'm like, he's hitting all these bombs, he's catching everything. He's the number one guy here and there. Perfect game, got him all over the place. And I found out that he's a junior. Matter of fact, then he was a sophomore. So I'm super excited to get you on last year. But I was trying to be so patient because we try to stick to juniors and seniors on this platform, but you definitely qualified to get on this platform when you was a sophomore and possibly a freshman. Keon last night, the other night rather, played against Tatno Academy, and he put on a great show for everyone. Tell us what you felt going against an arch rivalry like Tatno.
It's always fun playing those guys. I think whenever I step on the field against them, I always want to give them, a show, give the people what they came to see. And it was a thing to where I had this fire and this chip on my shoulder, like I still had something to prove.
Right.
I knew a bunch of guys on the other team who I grew up playing against, playing with, and I wanted to be the one on top along with my teammates. So I'm glad that, we got the opportunity to play them and we got 2 wins against them. So.
Oh, snap. Okay. So what's your guys' record? I know the region is looking pretty good for you. What is your record now?
18-3 right now.
18-3.
We're 18-3.
So are you considered number one in the region right now, or?
We are number one. We're 4-0 right now.
Wow.
In the region.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Here at Outside the Lines, Key, we like to talk about a lot of things that are outside of baseball, outside of football, basketball, soccer, outside the lines. And that's why we're here today. We're here to talk about who is Keon Johnson. So my question to you, who are you, man? Tell us who you are. You're from the MacTown, sure, but tell us, as an 8-year-old, 10-year-old, 12-year-old, who did you become? Who are you now, outside of baseball?
Yeah, honestly, I was the guy that just wanted to brighten up people's day. I was always the outgoing extrovert. When I was younger, as I grew older, I kind of became the introverted type of guy to where I didn't really want to, associate myself with a bunch of people.
Sure.
It's gotten to a point now where I just tried to find my clique and find who I really, strive for greatness around.
Right.
But no, I'm just your normal guy. I don't like people to think of me as, just the baseball guy. I'm a Christian. I believe, in the higher power.
That's great.
Yeah, I just actually gave my life to the church 3, 4, 5 months ago.
Wow!
So
Congratulations.
Having my baptism coming up, but other than that, and I'm just Keon Johnson.
He's just Keon Johnson.
I just go about my business, keep my mouth shut, and try my best to listen to my mom's orders.
So you have so many people pulling at you. So to be honest with you, outside the lines, we heard about this kid, but we really didn't know who Keon was. So we got the buzz just like everyone else getting the buzz. So how is it having everyone to pull at you and want to take a picture with you, get an interview with you, and you're being sent all over the United States to play baseball? How does it feel to be widely noticed?
I just act like one of, everybody else. I don't see myself as, higher above or higher, like an accolade above everybody else. Like I'm just a normal guy. I mean, I treat everybody like how they should be treated, with respect. I don't try to, big league nobody. If they want to take a picture with me,
Right.
You never know. They've probably been waiting on that picture forever. So I just try to give the people what they want and keep them happy. So.
I totally agree. So I mean, just think about it though. You're at the perfect game, and the scouts come out.
Yeah.
Do you get many scouts that tug on you and say, "Hey, let me talk to you for a second," or how's that process for you?
It's definitely stressful. I want to say it heavily started to be, I won't call it a problem, I'll call it more of a good problem.
Exactly.
It's a good problem to have. Sure. It started more my freshman year when a bunch of advisors / agents and a bunch of college recruiting coaches started showing up. It was more stressful on me because at the time when I was a freshman, 14 years old, I didn't exactly know how big that stage was until I was the one on the field. And I had to quickly realize you just got to think about, baseball is a game you play in your backyard.
Yeah.
If you think about it, anything other than that, you're going to be pressing too hard and you're not going to be letting the game come to you. I had to learn that, and it helped me out in the long run to where I am right now.
Exactly. So 5-6-year-old, how was baseball for you then? Was it just fun? Was it just playing in the grass for you? Or were you a serious 5, 6, 7, 18-year-old playing baseball? Were you allowed to have a lot of fun? How's that for you as a young kid out there?
So I'll actually backtrack a little bit. My first sport I ever played I was a football player at first.
Yeah,
so
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, I don't know too much about football because I played it for a year and a half. I played on the line.
And what age were you there?
This was 5-ish.
Okay,
it was 5-ish, but baseball wasn't really a thing till I was like 6.
Sure.
So I played football when I was 5, and I was developing a love for football, but I don't think I was like as good when I was 5 to say, all right, I think I want to take this seriously.
Exactly.
So my mom was actually in treatment, and then I asked her, because we lived right by Mercer University at the baseball field, I was like, can you take me up there to the baseball field?
Right.
Because I want to see what the sport is like.
Right.
She took me up there. She was basically like, I can't be exposed to the sun. I'm doing treatment.
Okay.
I got out. I watched the guys. I don't know how long it was. This was a long time ago. But I watched the guys. I don't know if there was a voice in my head telling me that I needed to go try this thing out.
Right,
so I was like to my mom, could we go to the dollar store and find the cheapest bat, ball, glove?
Right.
Well, at the time, we had to make sure my mom was all right, and we didn't really have too much of the funds to kind of, buy me the expensive stuff at the time. So we went
baseball can be pretty expensive.
Oh, it's very expensive. It's very expensive.
Yeah.
We went to the store, we got the cheapest equipment, and I kid you not, every single day I went outside and, tried to work on my hand-eye coordination, just throwing the ball up to myself and hitting it. Later on, we were able to get a hula hoop, and the hula hoop was there so we could pin to the fence.
Sure.
And we had some baby powder type of thing. Okay. And we put the ball in the baby powder, and on the fence, I'd always throw it to the fence. And that baby powder was there to let me know where I was missing on the hula hoop if I wasn't hidden inside of it. So I did that.
So who thought of that?
It was honestly, I guess it was just like something we came up with. It was always me.
So you and your mom or you and your brothers?
It was always me, my mom, and my brother.
Right.
So I was actually the one, or my mom was actually the one to ask my brother, all right, can you look up, big league guys playing baseball and how their mechanics were.
Sure.
So I could go watch, because I knew nothing about the whole technology thing. My brother's a guru when it comes to all that stuff. And again, I was 5 and 6. I didn't really know.
And what's the age difference between you and your brother?
We are 8 years apart.
Wow.
So he is
I have
20,
a brother 8 years
24,
younger, so
25.
I can understand.
Yeah. So, but that's how it all kind of went down. And from there, I dropped football and never looked back.
Wow. Wow. Does he play baseball pretty good?
My brother does not play.
What's your brother's name?
Ishmael. He is 24 in the Air Force, based in
awesome.
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Do you see him much?
He's always working.
Yeah.
I see him probably once or twice a year because he's one of those guys that are at the top.
Oh, okay. Nice.
He's working his way up there.
He's working his way up there. Excellent. So, Little League. What did you play Little League baseball on?
I started at North Macon Park. I went to Bilingual, and then to finish my 12U career, I went back to North Macon.
Exactly. Okay, excellent. And as far as middle school, were you at FPD the entire time?
I was at
What grade did you start at FPD, or have you been there since, does it start at kindergarten?
Starts at pre-K.
Yeah,
I think it's pre-K.
Excellent. So you've been there?
I've been there. No. So I went to elementary school at Alexander II from kindergarten to 5th grade. But I want to say the fourth into that 5th grade year, that's when I transferred over to FPD to finish out the rest of 5th grade. So I started there in 5th grade and was on the middle school baseball team 7th and 8th grade because 6th graders weren't allowed to.
Okay. Did you feel like you was a great ball player when you was 10, 11, 12 years old? Were you, I don't want to say different, but did you feel like you had the juice?
I didn't realize how good I actually was and if I could take baseball to another level until I was 12 years old. 12. That's when I started hearing it in my ear for real. All right, you got a legitimate shot. Only thing else you have to do is keep your head in the books and then be a positive influence to everybody around you.
Exactly. So your brother being 8 years older, who was that figure in your life that said, hey, let's go out here and practice? Was it just mom saying going out there, or so you went out? So what you're telling me is that you knew nothing about baseball, saw it once at Mercer, said, Mom, let's go and get some bats and balls and stuff and put a hula hoop around this fence. And then we, just decided to continue with baseball because of the love for the sport. It was no other reason. The reason I say that, a lot of times parents put kids in situations, baseball, football, basketball, do all this karate, all this stuff. But you saw the love for baseball at a young age at Mercer University.
Yes.
Wow. That's kind of unusual. It happens. It happens. But usually the parent takes and introduce you to that.
Yeah.
So, man, that's awesome. High school. We'll talk about high school and Perfect Game a little bit. We'll kind of travel baseball a little bit. I know that's very instrumental for you. Most athletes get noticed more through travel baseball. So take me through your 9th grade year and tie it in with travel baseball during that same time, 14, 15-year-old.
Yes. So school ball is actually like the start of your baseball freshman career. Like you do school ball first, it ends in May, and then you start your summer ball circuit in June.
Right.
So freshman year, honestly, there was a lot of, I guess, chit chat going on about how I wasn't going to get a starting spot. It was more so like, you're a freshman, you got to do your time, play JV, and then when you're a junior, then you get your opportunity.
Right.
Well, the dog inside of here, and what my mind is telling me is like, all right, if I play defense, unless it's politics, there's no choice but to give me a spot.
Exactly.
Because I know for a fact what I do in the cage and what I do when nobody's watching. Like, I know what I do.
Right.
I know what I do very well.
Sure.
And I'm not afraid to go compete with anybody else.
Exactly.
Now, if somebody else steals the spot and they get it over me, good for them.
Right.
I'm going to tip my cap, give them their hand claps, and, go about my business. But freshman year was all about getting on the field first. Because freshman year on varsity, it's not every day you see a 14-year-old getting on the field with 17 and 18-year-olds.
Exactly.
So that was the first part. And once I did get my opportunity, I never let up.
Wow.
I think my freshman year, I batted 443, my batting average, 33 hits. I got all region, all state.
Right.
It was a solid foundation for the rest of my high
So
school.
tell me this: what do you get all this massive courage from? Where, I mean, you just have no fear that I sense. Yeah. You know, I know everyone has a little fear here and there, depends on the situation. But I don't sense much fear from you. I sense a lot of bravery. I sense that any challenge that comes your way, you're up for the challenge. Where do you get that from?
My younger self. One thing that I write on my gloves all the time, whenever I get a new glove, is don't let your younger self down. That was the kid that you always wanted to grow up one day and be great. Well, now I'm in that position, and I feel like it would be a disappointment to that younger guy to say, all right, I'm gonna give up now, and I'm gonna be timid, and I'm gonna not give my all. Well, that's not how I'm built. So I always have to have some sort of mentality and like all right, I own you on the field. And that's how it's always been.
You brought that glove. Let's see that glove.
I did.
Let's run us through everything on that glove, man.
Yeah, so I do it on the bill of my hats. I do it on my gloves. Okay. So some stuff I write is on my pinky right here. It says, you can't see it on the camera, but it says, it's a kid's game, have fun. I wrote AGTG with the heart, all glory to God. My brother's name, why not me, make it happen. So that's just a quote. I wrote my mom's name right here.
Wow.
Right here it says, do it, kid. Go be special under the Wilson logo.
Right.
Believe one time. You've done it once. You can do it again with a cross right there. And then the last one says, obviously, don't let your younger self down.
Don't let your younger self down.
Don't let your younger self down.
Believe one time.
Believe it one time.
Believe it one time.
Believe you can do something one time. And once you do it that one time, you've done it once, you can do it again. That's one thing you got to keep inside of here.
Right.
Whatever you do.
Right.
If you do it once, there's no reason you can't do it twice.
Who told you that? Where do you get that from?
I don't know. It's hard to explain.
I understand it's hard to explain.
It's hard to explain. It's one of those things to where it's how I feel.
Yeah.
It's how I feel. It's how I get on the field, how I go about my stuff off the field.
Sure.
It's built up inside of here.
Yeah, I love it.
It's built up inside.
That's good. That's good. Academics, right? Tell me about your grades, how things are going with that.
3.7 student. My mom's on me all the time.
Sure.
She's basically had a saying ever since I've started playing.
What's that?
You do not get it in the classroom, you are not playing on the field. That's how it's always been.
Mom's a tough boy, I tell you. But that's good.
It's for a good cause, though. It's for a good cause. It's helped me get into the school that I'm eventually going to be at now. It's helped me on the field.
Exactly.
And coaches, scouts, they all look at it.
Yeah.
Because your grades are also a reflection on if you're going to be dependable on the field.
Sure.
Because they know if you're getting your work off the field.
Exactly.
They know you're reliable when you do get on the field.
Exactly. So knowing that you have baseball, you have scouting reports or scouts looking out for you, you have podcasts who wants to interview with you, you have all these games, not only high school games, you have perfect games and you have pickup games where I'm sure traveling several places. How do you manage all that stuff? Like what goes in your head to allow you to manage each and everything and be great at it?
I built it up inside of here. You do one thing at a time and you be where your feet are. You can't be focusing on the next thing when you're still in one event. It's mentally tough because some players will look too far down the schedule and they'll get overwhelmed by what's at the end of the road. You got to be right there and take on the challenge of, all right, I got to do great at this event.
Sure.
I got to battle it out and be great at the next event. But you can't go so far down the road and mentally tire yourself because it's not healthy.
Sure.
Right? You know you have all these things to do, whether it's area code, perfect game showcases, school ball, games. You got to be patient.
Sure.
And you got to let the game come to you sometime. I know it's, hard on your body.
Yeah.
But you gotta fight through.
So teachers. So, you have a 3.7. Tell me about your teachers at FPD. Tell me about the staff. Tell me about the joy you may have at FPD. And I also want to talk about, I just want to put this out before I forget it. I want to know what kind of fun you have. Because you seem a little like you're real serious, but you can have loads of fun. Like it's in there, because if you're sectional and if you're taking everything and putting it in little compartments, you can allow some fun in here too, so you set time out for that. Yeah. So talk about your school real quick, and then we'll go into that. We'll go outside the line with that.
Most student athletes don't like going to school. I love going to school for the simple fact is I get to hang around some of the guys, even some of the girls there. They're all very, very chill. Sure. They keep me in order, especially our baseball players. Like, if you're not getting your work, they're gonna let you know. And I do the same thing, vice versa. Sure. Like, if you aren't getting your work in the classroom, you're also detrimental to the team because you're one of our key pieces. So we do like to have fun at school, but we also know we got business to take care of. Our teachers are always on us about tests, quizzes, homework assignments, and they do an amazing job.
Wow.
When it comes to like the fun aspect, I like to say I have different personalities because like I have a different level of, I guess, energetic type of deal when it comes to.
Oh, we saw some energy on the field.
Oh, off the field, on the field. It's a good thing. I mean, in my opinion, I think it's a good thing because when I'm at school, I can have a serious personality. Like I got to get my work done. I can't really talk right now. When we get out of school, I'm all chit chatty. I'm like, "What's up? How you doing?"
Right.
Baseball gets in before the game, locked in.
Right.
During the game, the only way I can put it is I'm an energetic freak. Like I love having fun.
Exactly.
And then after the game, it's more of dapping up guys, telling them you love them because those are your teammates. Those are the guys you see every day.
Wow.
And that's where the bond comes from.
Right.
So that's what I mean when I have different personalities. It's never a two-faced thing.
Sure.
People kind of get it confused with me saying, "Oh, you're serious here, you're fun here." It's not a two-faced thing. It's like it's how you express your fun in a way. Whether it's baseball, school, I like playing golf a little bit.
Okay. But
no.
So is that outside? So outside of baseball, is it golf next?
It's golf, maybe some video games here and there. Yeah. I like to swim.
Okay.
But I'm a little bit of everything. I like playing ping pong. I'm a pool.
Really? Guy. You can play pretty good ping pong?
I'm pretty nice at ping pong.
I don't know. I'm pretty nice myself now.
I'm pretty good at 8-ball too.
Oh yeah?
I get it from my mom and my grandpa.
Mom played?
Mom.
She shoot?
She's nice.
Come on.
She doesn't think she's nice because I can outdo her now.
Oh, finally.
Yeah. But I'm nice at 8-ball. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
I'm nice at 8-ball.
That's what's up, man. I might have to call you up one day. That's awesome, man. What about fishing? Any fishing or anything like that? You're not a fisherman?
I don't like animals.
Okay.
I don't like dogs.
Okay.
I'm not really an animal guy.
Right.
So
that's cool.
But fishing, I'll go spectate. I'm not.
You're not
out to grab the fish and take a picture with it like some of these other guys do it.
Well, I tell you, it is hard balancing, playing sports, getting your grades, and also family time and fun. Yeah. But I like the fact that you can check in and out of each one while dominating that particular one. 100%. And so that's the thing about being in your greatness. And so you can be in your greatness by actually allowing other things to happen outside of what you're doing now. And so, one of my favorite sayings is wherever you are, be there, which is what you say, similar, is wherever your feet are, it's the same thing. And so on these little bands, you'll see is be there. And so my favorite quote is wherever you are, be there. Okay. And I feel the same, if you're where you need to be, when you need to be, mentally and physically, You can do anything in the
We'll
world.
be locked in.
Anything. If you're at that plate and you're getting ready to hit a curveball, you better hit that curveball.
Yeah.
You better look for it and you better drive it.
Laser focus.
You better drive
100%.
it. Exactly. So I want to actually give you a band here, man, if you don't mind sliding that on there.
100%.
So wherever you are, be there,
Wherever
man.
you are, be there. 100%.
That's
it's a new thing I can read.
That ties into you a little bit there. I like that.
Yeah.
I saw some videos, man. I saw some videos yesterday and a little bit today. Y'all just had the prom.
We did just have the prom.
Talk to me about the prom, man. How did that go? I mean, this is outside the lines.
Yeah.
You was dapper, looking great. You're looking amazing. And you had you had one of our dime pieces. You had one of our dime pieces who came to outside the line, right? She came through. She did very well.
That girl was something else. I will tell you that.
Tell us about your prom, man.
It was good. It was good. I had a great time. It was my first prom.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't go to our school's prom. I went to her prom for her senior lead out her dances.
What's up?
We had a great time.
That's good.
There was no animosity because we had just, the prom was the day after we played them.
I saw that.
So there was no animosity.
Right.
I'm not the type to just rub it in your face.
Sure.
There's always got to be a humility aspect there.
Exactly.
And it was legit. It was legit.
Did y'all go out to eat or anything like that?
We
Where'd y'all
did.
eat at?
So we took pictures at Idle Hour Country Club.
Yeah.
And then we ate in that building. So it was very, they did a great job.
That was great, man. I tell you, y'all look really nice.
Yeah.
I must say, y'all look really nice. Man, I think she'll be leaving, so you have to find you another. I don't know, maybe she'll come back.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see how close y'all fall to each other
we'll
after the next month or so. See how that goes.
Yeah.
Back to school, man. Tell me about your coaches, man. Tell me how the coaches at FPD are taking care of you.
Yeah. I mean, their main thing is believing in yourself.
Yeah.
Believing in their philosophy, believing in their work, and trusting the process. We know they're not perfect.
Right.
And they also know we're not perfect. But as long as we're striving for greatness and going for the same goal, we can always come to a compromise and meet at the middle. So they make sure we're good, whether it's hitting, fielding, whether it's hitting on the weekends, like we get our work in. So talk to me about your travel team. What's your name? Your travel team? San Diego Padres scout team.
Okay. So how often are you going to San Diego? Tell me about that.
The team is based out of San Diego, California.
Okay.
And it's actually a team associated with the MLB.
Okay, yeah.
So Cameron Maben, he played for a bunch of teams in the MLB. He's the head coach. He coaches first. Coach Mo, he's our third base coach. But it's like it's a group where we're from all around the country, Georgia, Florida, Texas, you name it.
Sure.
Every state in the country.
Right.
And we come together and we practice, a couple days before. It's like a big family type of thing.
Right.
Like we have our own group chat. We keep up with guys, see how they're doing during the high school season. The coaches keep up with us.
Yeah.
And they're just making sure we're all right. They take care of us. So.
That's good, man. That's good. Player of the year. Junior. You're a junior now.
Yes.
So what are we looking forward to our senior year? I mean, you're player of the year. We're number one in the region right now. So hopefully we can get a little bit farther for that. You're number one in the state of Georgia for perfect game. Number 6 in the nation. What is the goal for your senior year at FPD?
Goal for my senior year at FPD is honestly, I just want to be a good teammate. I know that there's going to be a lot of MLB first round conversations. Sure. I know that there's going to be a lot of come to college conversations. I just want to be a good teammate. I want to do whatever I can to get a state championship, whether it's this year or senior year.
Sure.
But no, I just want to do whatever I can to get us a bunch of wins.
You brought up college. So Congratulations.
Thank you.
You committed to
Vanderbilt University.
Vanderbilt University, going to Nashville.
Yes.
I love Nashville.
Anchored down.
When the last time you've been to Nashville?
Very recently. Very recently. 3 weeks ago?
Really?
2 weeks ago. I was there for the Vanderbilt versus Arkansas series.
Okay.
It was such a good experience.
Really,
it was so good.
Were you in the dugout and everything? Or?
BP, got to be in the dugout, hitters meeting.
Wow.
Coach Corbin and the staff, they took care of us. I know I made the right decision.
So out of Vandy, which other schools were entertaining you during that time? Do you care to mention?
Yes, so I'll go back to August 1st of when I was eligible to get offers.
Sure.
The first day I got 15.
Wow.
The next day I want to say I got like 6 or 7. So that's like 20. Yeah, it's 22, 21, 22.
Right.
SEC, ACC. Those were the only ones.
Wow.
So there was only a couple in the SEC that I did not get an offer from.
Sure.
I want to say it was like Ole Miss, Missouri.
You did not.
I didn't, but
Right.
22, that's still a respectable number.
The first 2 days?
First 2 days, that's a respectable
You
number.
think? Well, 15 on the first day.
Yeah. It was crazy. It was a crazy day because it was the previous day, it was like 11:58 p.m. I was like, Mom, do not go to bed because if I go to bed right now, I wake up the next the next morning,
Right.
I'm not going to be able to eat till like 2 in the afternoon.
Right.
So we took 5, as soon as it hit 12:01, we took like 5 right then and there. They were on the dot. It was 5 right then and there.
They called the house?
It was,
What happened?
they called the phone.
Run us through that.
It was like
So it's-
Alabama, Texas.
So it's 11:57. You're waiting on the clock to tick. 58, 59.
12:01.
12:01.
5 right then and there. 5 right then and there.
Wow.
And then I woke up and it was 15 in all.
Wow.
And then the next day it was 7 more.
When did Vandy call?
Vandy called the first day.
The first day.
It was the first day, but
So they called at 12?
it
was first 5?
It was 12:10-ish. Yeah,
They got it.
12:11-ish.
Yeah.
But I did not get to eat. So I went to bed after I got done taking the 5
Sure.
calls. It was like, I want to say the calls took 15, 20, 25 minutes. So I went to bed at like 2 a.m.
Sure.
3 a.m. I woke back up at 8 because I knew it was going to be a long morning.
Right.
I didn't eat till about 12 that day because it was 8 to 11 that I was taking calls.
Wow.
And at that point, I just wanted to get something to eat and go to the baseball field and clear my mind.
Right.
Me and my mom, we had like 2 papers. It was a 15-question questionnaire, and then the other paper was just 15, 1 through 15
Sure.
in lines for every question.
Okay.
I asked all 15
Sure.
to all 22 colleges.
Right.
My mom was sitting there speed writing all their answers. It was a crazy day.
So definitely never been in that situation.
Never.
Myself.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I've never. It was crazy.
So take me through the preparation. Like Mom was able to help you with these 15 questions, and she was actually sitting there and she was writing everything down for you. Who allowed you to get all this information? Hey, ask these questions. Who was in your pocket saying, Key, you need to know this before you decide? Was it all Mom, or did you get that from someone else?
It was mom, aunt, uncle, high school coach, 7 or 8 agents.
Yeah.
They were like, you need to ask these questions because a lot of mistakes come from,
Sure.
all right, I just got this offer. I got to go commit to this big Power 4 school because, it's Power 4 now. It's not Power 5.
Okay.
They took out a conference.
Okay.
They make the mistake of not asking the right questions, and they get on campus their freshman year and they redshirt.
Wow.
That's the worst thing you can probably do.
Yeah.
So you want to ask the right questions.
Sure.
How many guys are they recruiting at your position? How many guys are they recruiting, period, in your class? How many, what's the academics like?
Exactly.
What's their history of freshmen playing? You got to ask all these specific questions.
Sure.
And if the coaches give you like this, that, they're going around the question, they're not answering what you want to hear.
Sure.
It's like, it's easier said than done.
Yeah,
but, my mom and everybody else. We wanted these answers, and we wanted to see if we could get the right answers.
Exactly.
And I picked out 5. My mom was like, "You can pick out 5 colleges because we're not doing all 22 visits.
Right.
That's a lot of. It's a lot of it's mentally like draining."
Sure.
We took the 5. It was Arkansas, Georgia, Georgia Tech, Vanderbilt, and it was supposed to be North Carolina. I'm not afraid to say, and I'm sure my mom would be okay with me saying this.
Right.
So we had visits lined up. The first one was Georgia. The next one was supposed to be North Carolina.
Sure.
The third one was Arkansas. The next one was Vanderbilt. The last one was Georgia Tech.
Okay.
My first visit, where visits were supposed to be, you were eligible to take a visit. I went to Georgia. North Carolina also had their visit week on the same week that Georgia had their first one.
Right.
This is what me and our family was thinking. We either thought, one, somebody committed on the spot in my position, or two, I guess they simply didn't want me no more.
Right.
So in the moment, I thought, and I said to my mom, I was like, "Dang, what did I do wrong?" And she was like, "What's for you is going to be for you.
Exactly.
And you just got to be patient and see where the tables turn."
Right.
Took Georgia, Arkansas, Vandy, Georgia Tech. I'm going to be honest.
Sure.
Coach Corbin he made it impossible to say no.
Wow.
He made it. In our meeting, I kid you not, it was only supposed to be 45 minutes and went to like 55. He talked nothing about baseball.
Wow.
It was about life, my family. It was picture perfect.
Wow.
Every time I go to Vanderbilt, I've only been there now twice.
Right.
I literally could talk to him for hours if I wanted to.
Wow. That's great.
And it's like another father figure too.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm not afraid to say he's an older guy. He's been there for 23 something. Like, he knows the program.
Yeah, exactly.
And when I was there, it was almost like a no-brainer.
Right.
So,
Wow. So what position are you looking to play there? Short, third?
Middle infield.
Middle infield?
specifically shortstop, but
Okay.
my secondary second base.
Sure.
I used to be a secondary third baseman, but now that my speed has kicked in, I've gotten to a point where I can stick in the middle. So shortstop and second base is my bread and butter.
So I noticed you had Georgia out there, and you also had Georgia Tech. So were you really saying, hey, I'm thinking about staying home?
I was really saying that.
Yeah.
I was really
So you had 2 Georgia teams out there, and they got beat out. Talk to me about Georgia.
Everything was perfect. I won't exactly say how I got down to picking Vanderbilt over Georgia, just because I know Georgia, I have a lot of respect for their coaching staff and whatnot. It was so Arkansas was my 4, Georgia Tech was my 3, and it was down to Vandy and Georgia, and obviously Vandy was the 1.
Sure.
Everything was perfect with Georgia.
Wow.
Coaching staff, the people, the players.
Sure.
I don't know what it was. It almost felt like home in Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
The coaches made me feel welcome, and Georgia did too.
Right.
But mentally and in your heart, you can feel that edge once you're there. You'll know which one's the right one once you get there.
So we're in college, just say in a year and a half, or we decide to go first round. That's going to be a tough decision for you, or will it be a tough decision for you?
It will be an insanely tough decision. Me and my uncle, he's the one, my uncle King Size, if you're watching, shout out to you.
What's your uncle? Yeah, what's your uncle name?
I call him Uncle King Size, Uncle Kim, Timothy King.
Does he cut hair?
He cuts hair, and my grandpa cuts hair. My grandpa's actually the owner of our barbershop that our family he's over. So it's called House of King's Barbershop. If you want to go get a trim,
Yeah, no wonder. Okay, I know.
hit up House of King Barbershop.
I know y'all.
So,
folks.
Shoot.
Good stuff right there.
But
That's
he
legendary history right there.
It's what's legendary is when you get in that chair. It's only about life, baseball, what's going on around, Mactown. I want to be the start of a legacy in Macon, because there's not a lot of good that comes out of Macon, Georgia.
You're right.
Whenever I'm in that chair, it's always about, what are some things that, I've told you that I want you to keep up here? He's like, keep your grades up, stay out of trouble. That's stuck with me ever since I've gotten to a point where I'm now old enough to understand what he's saying.
Sure.
So I know after next year, I won't really have those important, life-changing conversations in that chair unless I come home from college or pro ball or whatever it is. But he's always telling me, like, if you go first round and the slot value's there,
exactly,
that's life-changing money, whether that's a signing bonus or endorsements.
Sure.
Say if it's $5 million, $6 million, and it's a first round, the first 30 picks.
It's life-changing.
It's going to be hard to turn it down now.
Yeah.
Coach Corbin has also, I won't say the package on camera, but Coach Corbin has, he's watched me play.
Sure.
He's seen me as a person off the field.
Sure.
He's also laid something on the table.
He's going to take care of you.
He's going to take care of me.
That's good.
My uncle was always like, if it's there, dude, they're saying go ahead and go.
Right.
If the big leagues are paying you that much money to go play baseball for a living until you're 35, 40 years old, they're basically saying you're ready and you don't need college.
Wow.
So, but he's always told me that's between you and your mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever decision you make, I'm going to be a happy camper because I know at the end of the day, you stay healthy and do what you need to do. You're going to be at the big leagues no matter which route you take.
Exactly. Any particular team? Who's your favorite team?
Can't say that on camera.
Okay.
Can't say that on camera.
I would just say San Diego for now.
Can't say that on camera.
That's good. That's good. So MLB would be tough to turn down.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah,
it'd be tough to turn down. Now that I think about that. So let's back up a little bit, man. Let's back up. We're gonna get back to outside the line a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I want to get back to the fun of Keon. We got a bag of Skittles.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
I bought Skittles. Most of my athletes and clients like Skittles.
Yes.
But are you opposed to Skittles or M&Ms? What do you like best?
So this is gonna sound a little weird, but I don't really like candy like that.
Okay, I can go. It's not weird.
I don't.
It's not weird.
I'm a little kind of too focused on what I put in my body.
Yeah.
But I don't really like. Now I'll put a little gem out there for me. I'll eat a Snickers bar.
Right.
Every now and then.
Right.
I'll eat a Snickers bar every now and then, but I don't really like the M&Ms. I may eat a Hershey's bar. Like if I eat any candy, even my mom can vouch for me. Like I'm just not big on candy.
So
this is what I'll eat. I love my energy bars.
So truth be told, I feel your energy. Honestly,
I love my energy.
I feel your energy, whether it's on the field or off the field. Yeah. And something told me. There's been plenty of times I just bring Skittles, and I said I need to bring this guy because he's one of the great ones.
I love energy.
I need to bring this guy something a little more healthy for him, and so that's why you have. And it's not against any other of my podcasters, podcastees, brother. But that's why I got you that clipboard. I felt like he was a healthy guy, man. I felt like he was taking care of your body, like he was doing what you need to do. Tell me about the gym, man. Tell me how often you get in the gym. Tell me, what's your work ethics like around the gym, and just not just baseball, it's just keeping your body healthy and stuff like that, hitting the gym and stuff.
So off season, speaking of the fall, August, September, October, November, all the way up to December, I do a lot of heavy lifting training, whether that's bench press, squats, dumbbells, deadlift.
Right.
I want to see what my body can withstand without me going over the top and hurting myself, which is why we have the spotters. We have our trainer in there. We have our weightlifting coach. He does a great job of setting out our baseball workouts.
Sure.
And, I try to, build up some mass in the off season to where in the on season, I can just do my soft tissue stuff, my bands, my massage guns, my heat and ice.
Sure.
Stay mobile.
Exactly.
I want to make sure I'm loose when I get on the field, and I don't want to I don't want my body to be sore when I get on the field, which is why I don't do a lot of heavy lifting in the on season. If I do anything lifting in the on season, it's dumbbells, but it's light dumbbells. It's not the dumbbells that I do in the off season. So whether that's just me doing my eyes, Y's, and T's with the 10-pound dumbbells to get my arms
with some bands.
Yeah. I just want to make sure I'm durable.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. I don't want somebody to take me out on a slide trying to break up a double play, and then my bones are too weak or something, and then I'm out for who knows. I want to make sure I can still keep some muscle and meat on my body.
And how old are you right now?
17.
17. And you're driving, right?
I am driving.
How's the roads out there for you, man? How's driving life? How's that treating you?
It's very good. My mom's she's on me about it, but it's for a good reason. I'll be the first to say it. As a 17-year-old kid, I think I got it all figured out when it comes to driving and whatnot. But she's always.
Is it anything you don't have figured out, Key?
I don't have a bunch of things figured out. People always.
You don't have a bunch of things figured out, but is there anything that you don't have figured out that you know for sure that you're working on?
There's always something you can work on.
That you're working on.
That I'm working on
now.
Seeing how I can be a better person every day, because I know I'm falling and I know I'm not perfect. So
that's what's up.
I mean, I try my best.
My guy.
I'll be the first to say I'm just not perfect. Yeah. I screw up every other day. So.
Right.
I'm not lying. I screw up every other day.
Right.
She'll be the first to tell it. It's hard for me to kind of, whenever I try to be perfect, I always mess up. So I try to hold myself to a standard, but also not get sane if I do something wrong.
I got you. Now, we're sitting in front of behind all these awards, man. Is this all of them?
Nowhere close to all of them.
I didn't think so.
Nowhere close to all. So. These are just the main big ones that I've achieved over the last 3-4 years.
Can you explain Perfect Game to the audience out there?
So,
tell us about Perfect Game.
Perfect Game is the biggest national scouting organization for youth, amateur baseball players looking to go play at the next level at college or play pro ball. Perfect Game it's the mecca of it all. It's the mecca of it all. So that's basically what Perfect Game is. It's like a scouting organization.
So when they say right here is 2022 Perfect Game 14U Nationals MVP.
Yes.
So when they're saying 14U, they're speaking of all the teams or just one particular game?
So
like the championship game.
This tournament, the World Wood Bat Association, I'm going to go ahead and explain the tournament.
Sure.
This is basically the gauntlet of the Perfect Game, of the whole Perfect Game organization. They hold this tournament every single year, and they have 400, 500 teams in it. And basically, you cannot, I'm going to say it like this. You cannot be eligible to get this award at all until you make it to the championship game. You have to get through 11 games, win all 11, win the championship, and do good in the tournament to get that right there. And it just happened to be one of those tournaments where I say this in I'm going to say it in the least arrogant way because I'm not an arrogant person, but just to tell the truth and for the people at home, in my eyes, I physically just could not get out this tournament. Every ball that I hit just felt like it was flush off the bat. Every play that I made, it felt like I was smooth going across the first base.
Right.
And honestly, I didn't know nothing. This was my first big PG award that was actually on-field baseball related. And it was crazy. If my mom has the video somewhere, but we were playing a team that is like a big rival team in the baseball organization, Canes National. They know who they are. We were playing them, and I got the last out. I was playing third base at the time. Like I said earlier, 14U. This is when my secondary position was third base. I wasn't exactly that shortstop, second base type of build because I wasn't that fast when I was 14. I got the last out,
I threw it across the first. My mom's screaming. She's crying because she's like, we just won this big tournament
Right.
with 11 players.
Right.
I'm going to let you know how big of an accomplishment that is with 11 players.
Sure.
We had 11 players, obviously. 9 of them were pitchers. So everybody had to throw because we only had 11 players. All these other teams are carrying 17, 18. They're carrying POs.
Yeah.
Pitcher onlys.
Yeah.
We had to make do with position players that don't really pitch like that. And honestly, our strategy going in the tournament was we just got to out-hit everybody because we're not going to beat people on pitching.
Right.
We out-hit everybody, and we won the championship game 4-2. Fun fact, I actually started that game pitching on the mound.
Really?
I went 5 innings, no runs. I got taken out.
5 innings?
5 innings, no runs. I got taken out, moved to third base, and 2 innings later after that, made the final out. Ground ball to me, threw it across the first. We're all dogpiling on the field. So
that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Gosh, the perfect game. Tell me about, let's see, what do we have here? 2021 Perfect Game Hall of Fame.
Stay the course award.
What do you mean, man? Hall of Fame. What are they saying right here?
So at this event, it was like a suit and tie event. So it was in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Sure.
And there were ex-big leaguers, current big leaguers. I'll put some names out there. Prince Fielder, Johnny Bench.
They were there?
They were all there. I got to meet all of them. Johnny Damon, Ryan Klesko.
Yeah.
Those are just the notable names. And that award right there was, obviously it says the Stay the Course Award.
Yeah.
Me and another one of my fellow friends I met over the baseball summer circuit, Chase Mobley. He's now playing pro ball with the Cleveland Indians.
Wow.
He's a pitcher up to like 98 or something like that. He's like 6'6" or something like that. He's crazy.
Doing that heat.
He's nice, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
We got awarded this award for the simple fact is, as a kid playing the game of baseball, it's hard to stay mentally focused, especially when your parent has gone through many treatments, whether it's surgery, cancer when I was younger.
Sure.
It was hard to stay focused because the thought of when you're younger and losing your mother to a potential, you can call it a disease, whatever you want to call it, it's cancer. But the thought of that, it's hard to keep your mind focused on what you want to achieve in life.
Yeah.
But I always had to trust the Lord and just, do what I knew was good for myself, because whatever was going on with her was completely out of my control. I couldn't do anything. All I could do was pray and hope that things were going to be all right. And I, as it said, stayed the course. I stayed the course, and she's here. That's a blessing.
Talk to us about your mom,
here.
man. Talk to us more about your mom. We was actually going to get to your mom, and that's one of our staples here. We want to talk about our parents. Just full of history. I lost my mom. Almost 2 years, and so I feel I feel what you feel about your mom.
Yeah.
And so I love it when guys talk about their mom. Put them on the pedestal. Because they deserve that and much more.
100%.
Tell us about your mom, man, and coming up, and where you are now. How she's been so important for you.
Yeah, I mean, definitely now I give her a hard time as a 17-year-old teenager.
Okay.
But nah, she's a spark plug. There's no other way you can say it. She's a spark plug. She's done it for now 17 years. When I was younger.
Does she know a little baseball? Does she know baseball?
Oh, she knows it now.
She knows it now.
She knows it now. She knows it now.
Okay.
When I was younger, it was always, whatever you do, I'm gonna be right there behind you.
Sure.
As a mother, most mothers should. I mean, whatever the kid, as long as it's a positive thing, she does a good job supporting that.
Wow.
Knows when to kind of be in my corner to bring me out of my hole sometime when I'm feeling down or devastated about something. But she does a great job of knowing where I am mentally, and she knows like when I'm in a good place and when I'm in a bad place.
Sure.
But she does a great job of, being by my side.
Yeah.
I like saying I'm her sidekick sometimes.
Yeah,
so,
no doubt.
Nah, she's a legend for sure.
Yeah. So tell me the plans for your mom. I mean, moving forward, I know she'll be right by your side. We all know she'll go wherever you go. Mm-hmm. Sound like she's more of a manager too right now. And she's probably tired.
Manager, agent, whatever you want to call it.
She's probably tired driving up to all these places watching baseball. But tell me, what's the plan for mom to a certain degree?
The plan for her, well,
For you.
for me, for her,
Yeah, exactly.
I just want to get her out of where she's at right now, whether it's, financially. I know that she's done so much for me, and even her fan base and her village behind her.
Yeah.
Her village and her fan base, they saw something in me.
Sure.
And it's only right that I can do whatever I can do to give back to what she's done. Because the thing about me is, I'm simple. I'm not going to go out and spend a ton of money on stuff.
Sure.
But if I am going to spend a ton of money, it needs to be on something valuable.
Sure.
And right there is where it's been for 17 years, and she deserves it. So,
Wow. Man, you sound like you're 25 already, Keon. You know that? How many times you get that? So I'm really mature.
a good.
I'm still trying to figure out where you get that from, Keon.
I'll give some credit to my mom. Thinks sometimes just because, and I say it a lot, but I'm 17.
Sure.
She thinks sometimes that I think I have it figured out.
Yeah.
Which I obviously don't, and she thinks I don't listen to her sometimes.
Sure. Yeah.
But secretly, as you can see right now,
Yeah.
what comes in this year doesn't always come out the other. Like, it sticks with me.
Sure.
Especially when it's crucial information that I need to hear and know, to when I leave this house at 18, I can go out in the world and be a positive advocate for everybody else and know how to manage your money, be a good role model for the guys under you, and give back to the people that, gave to you when you wanted to go conquer your dreams.
Yeah.
Another thing my mom's always told me is, you were once that little kid who wanted to go chase big things and go be that stud one day.
Right.
Now you're here. Now you need to be dropping free gems to the kids.
Exactly.
Because you know what you had to go through. Why not make it easier for them to go see what they want to do?
So I saw you taking a picture with a few boys at the game.
100%.
Were they your friends, or were they just guys watching you? Who were they?
I'm gonna be honest, I probably have seen them before, but with me seeing a bunch of faces like every single day of like different people coming up to me, I mean, it's hard to sort of remember names, but I do remember faces pretty well, and I believe, if I'm being completely honest, I believe I've seen them before.
So I personally didn't think you knew them. I didn't think you knew them, and I felt Mom put you in a place where you needed to be, so you can inspire other kids. And so that is something you'll have to do from now on.
Oh,
there'll be so many kids that look up to Keon, right? And so for your mom, I saw that, just kind of hanging out. I saw Mom say, hey, let's go make sure we take a picture with these guys, because they're really looking up to you. They don't want anything from you. They just want to see the hero in you. Because they can actually be like you. And so for her to get you to actually take that picture, that was super important.
100%.
That was super important.
100%.
Giving back, Boys and Girls Club, you've hung out with them. Tell me about that, the opportunity to give to the Boys and Girls Club, whether it's some community service or something with them. How's that going?
It's going very good. I do it a lot in the off season just because I'm not in full swing with baseball.
Sure.
But another thing that I've kept in here is, like, all heroes don't wear capes. Like, you can go be the guy that helps them out, and you can go be the person that, gives them a hope.
Right.
You go spend time with them, and now they're looking at you as like, all right, you're sort of the big shot. Well, I always act like I'm just one of the guys.
Yeah.
I'm one of them, and I just want to be. I want to be that guy you want to hang around.
Yeah, yeah.
I try to, not look at it as anything more than that.
Do you feel like you're not one of them at times?
Never.
Okay.
Never.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a human just like they are.
Sure.
The only thing that's different about me and the younger guys under me is I have a little bit more experience.
Right.
That's the only thing that's different.
Right.
They want to go shoot basketball at the Boys and Girls Club. I'm not the best shooter. I'm not the best dribbler.
Right.
But I'll go run
up and down the court.
5-on-5s with you if you want me to.
Yeah.
If you want to go play 8-ball, I'll go play 8-ball. Ping pong, same thing.
Right.
I'm one of your friends at the end of the day. I may not know you on a personal level, but in my eyes, we're the same.
Meals on Wheels. You done some work with those.
Yes.
That community.
Yes.
How's that for you? I know, honestly, I've done some community work with Meals on Wheels myself. I think that organization is an organization that doesn't get this recognition as it should. Not lately. I've done anything, but when I was younger, maybe around your age, I was helping out with Meals on Wheels. So it's a good thing to see that.
Oh yeah.
What are your thoughts about Meals on Wheels?
One thing I enjoyed about Meals on Wheels is how I got to see the smile on the assistant's face every single day I went in there.
Yeah.
Yes, it was 11 floors, but all 11 floors were totally worth it. They were totally.
What do you mean 11 floors? What are you saying?
That 11 floors is exactly how it sounds. 11 floors. I started at the top, the 11th floor. I went down and delivered meals to every last one of those doors. Yeah. I had my list.
Right.
If they weren't there, I just put a little note by it.
Yeah.
But it was the relationships you get with those people.
Yeah.
Another thing, when you die, all you have left is your relationships.
Yeah.
The people you met while you were here on earth. However you treated them is how they're going to remember you. So I try to leave a good impression on them and how I go about, how they don't get to see a bunch of people and a bunch of faces every single day because, God forbid, I mean, some of them, they're disabled, so they can't really walk.
Right, exactly.
But I'm doing a good thing for the
awesome,
community, and it's definitely an eye opener for them too.
We're gonna just run back down through this this list of awards here. I just want to kind of show everyone all these rings, man. I mean, is it any particular ring in there that I know they're all important that really means a lot to you in these cards?
So obviously all these rings are very, very important, but I've never been the type to just, single out a ring. Sure. I mean, this just goes to show all the hard work that's been put in over the years. Yeah. And how...
That's a lot of rings. Do you have more?
These are all my rings.
This is it.
This is it for now.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can get a World Series ring.
Oh my God.
Hopefully that would be insanely good.
That'll be crazy.
But these rings it just goes to show of, how much dedication and hard work has been put into the sport.
Wow.
These cards right here, these are my USA cards that I signed when I was in, I want to say 14, so when I was a freshman.
Yeah.
These cards right now are going on eBay. So the most expensive one actually was just sold. The most expensive one was $2,000.
Oh wow! I need to go on eBay. Huh?
Yeah.
Get me some cards.
So
before they go on up.
Yeah. And there's different cards. And actually, if you see here, this red little box right here is where my jersey. They cut out a part of my jersey and they put it here. So this is the actual jersey I wore when I was in Cary, North Carolina. Yeah. And I played for the USA team. So these cards are, I guess they're very valuable. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show of, how much I have done for the game of baseball.
That's awesome, man. Tell me about that award there on the end now, the black trophy.
This one right here?
Yeah, tell me about that.
This one right here is the Perfect Game Select Fest 14U Player of the Year. So for those that don't know, the Perfect Game Select Fest is the granddaddy of it's a showcase in a way, but it's like the granddaddy after you play the WWBA. Like this is all of the best 36 players in the country, and we have an award ceremony, an all-star game, sort of like a showcase type of deal where they take video. Honestly, I didn't think that I was going to get any awards because this was the last award called, but as they say, best for last.
Say the best for last.
Best for last. So what they did was they got last year's, so I'm going to put it like this, 2022, 2021. They got the perfect game, player of the year, award winner from 2021.
Right.
They put him on the billboards or the little boards or whatever. And he was like, this year's 2022 Perfect Game Select Fest award winner, player of the year, Keon Johnson, and the whole, they went crazy.
It went crazy, wow.
They went crazy, so.
Wow.
This is probably my favorite one.
Is it?
Out of all of them. This is definitely my favorite one.
So is it because of the surprise, or you thought someone else should have had it, that particular one? What are your thoughts on that? I
was more excited about it just because I knew I put up a good 14U summer.
Yeah.
I just come off of having a good school. Well, actually, no, excuse me. I had just come off of having a good tournament. I knew.
Do you think that was your year that got you to almost to where you are now?
Freshman year was it? It was it. So, but no, this is definitely
that's the Mecca. Tell me about that bat, man.
Let's put this back. This right here is when I did a tournament in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Right.
The Home Run Derby. This tournament was called the Ripken Experience, which is a tournament kind of sanctioned by Cal Ripken Jr. And Bill Ripken. They both played for the Orioles. Cal Ripken Jr. is like one of the best shortstops to ever play the game.
Right.
But I won the Home Run Derby, the Cal Ripken Home Run Derby.
Sweet. And
this is kind of my award trophy, my bat. So they gave to me as like a little, congratulations.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing.
This is great right here.
So we're going to take a break, man. We're going to take a break. We're going to show everyone some super nice videos of yourself.
Yeah.
And we also going to do some fun and fun facts or personality. I'm just asking some kind of quick questions when we get back. And we'll go from there. And also we'll get you to sign a picture for the Wall of Fame.
No doubt.
And so we're going to take a real quick break right about now.
No, my grandma still winning when they get cold. I feel scared. Talking to my little sister phone calls. Losing curious, walking, pointing no shadows. See my mama, her eyes staring. Trying to work towards these blessings, but the devil keep interfering. Everybody go through something. It's all about persevering. They was counting me out. I put passion in every lyric. The sack up and need to spend some racks on my appearance. Yeah, I know that they hate it. I'm the man, they trying to hear it. Phone on D&D, I'm out in Cali, whipping through the mountains. Feeling my song, windows down, speakers pounding. Yeah, my engine roaring in that Gucci Tiger brown. Expensive taste, my clothes foreign. I be dripping like a fountain. Need new shoes, I started hustling, cause I didn't get no allowance. Speeding down the wrong path, found my lane and I rerouted. Hottest in my city, I had every record.
All right. Welcome back to Outside the Line podcast. Here with Mr. Keon Johnson. That's a little brochure I want to pass on to you there. Yeah. Take it with you. Yeah. I train here at Game On Training. If you ever need any help, if you have a simple question that you need, feel free to reach out, whether it's training or no training or just need some simple advice. Feel free to give me a call or text, anything. What do you guys think about that video? It was an amazing video. This guy hits bombs and also ripping balls, especially like the one down third base we saw versus Tatnall.
Yes.
That was crazy. We talked about so many things, man. We talked about the perfect game. We talked about when we was younger and, just getting into the sport. When I was to Mercer University and went to North Macon and went Vine Ingle. Then we found our way at FPD.
Yeah.
we've done a lot of traveling and stuff like that with our travel ball team. We have so many awards that this is not even half of the awards. But I guarantee you, we probably need about 2 tables to fill everything up. We know you've done some community work. So I'm hearing that you do several other things in the community. You volunteer with the Alice Adults.
Yes.
If you can tell us a little bit about that, and also the Miracle League. What do you have going on with the Miracle League there?
So start with Alice's Place. Alice's Place is basically, it's like almost like a retirement home ish type of thing. I kind of go there. I help out with the older elders, just making sure passing out their meals, making sure they're okay. Whether that's me spending time with them so they see a different face, or going outside doing some activities with them, just to keep them active, right? You want to make sure their body stays in shape too, along with all the the sitting around they do. You want to make sure that they're, in a way, staying in a place to where something in this world can keep them going. You don't want them to be, so mentally down, because if you get that age, you're not thinking as positive as you were when you were younger. So I just do my best to kind of stay in their corner and be a positive influence. The Miracle League is one of my favorite things to do. It's nice. More with the kids who have a little mentally challenged, a little disability. So, but it's not to a point to where they can't do anything. And especially baseball being one of my favorite loves. I can get back to the game and kind of have fun with the kids. And be a normal teenager. And just share the moment with them.
That's awesome, man. I tell you, all the time that you spent doing the community work over the years has been amazing. We talked about one particular time when I think he was maybe 8th grade of 14U, where you had all these games and all these places to be, but you still found time to actually work through the community, whether it's getting up early in the morning or coming home late at night, to actually hold yourself to the commitment that you told the people. That's just amazing, man. I see so many great things coming from you. But we talked about before leaving for the video, for the short video there, that we was gonna do some fun little things, kind of quick responses that we'll need. They don't have to be super quick. I mean, you can take your time, elaborate a little bit if you like. What I want to know, your pregame playlist. Could you tell me about what is your pregame playlist?
My pregame playlist involves, I'll say, some artists, because there's a bunch of different songs that these artists have made. I'm a big Polo G guy. I'm a big Rod Wave guy. I love Lil Baby. I'm not the biggest country guy. I'm more of like a R&B, hip hop, rap type of guy. There's definitely some Christian music involved in there. I can pretty much vibe with a little bit of everything.
That's what's up, man.
Casting Crowns being one of my favorite Christian artists.
Oh, yeah. You have to put me on the Casting, what's the name?
Casting Crowns.
Casting Crowns.
Favorite song by him is Nobody by Casting Crowns. Fun fact, one of our guys, our 3-hole, actually, that's his walk-up song. I love hearing it every single time he goes up to the plate.
Real quick, what's your go-to song for the game?
My go-to song for the game.
For the big game.
For the big game.
Yeah, for the big game. I mean, the boys are in town.
48 Laws of Power by Huncho.
Okay.
I'm actually a very big Spanish music guy. I love Daddy.
You speak Spanish?
I can understand bits and pieces in a sentence, and I can put 2 and 2 together and understand what somebody's saying. Because I took Spanish 1 and I've taken Spanish 2. I'm taking Spanish 2 right now. So
excellent.
I can understand bits and pieces. Now, if you ask me to go say a whole sentence and in dialect of what somebody else is saying, I couldn't do that. But I can understand bits and pieces and put it together. So, but 48 Laws of Power, I love some Spanish music. And then recently, I've been on Big X the Plug, and his song "Change Me," which is actually a song that's on my commitment post on Instagram. So,
I gotta go check that out.
yeah,
So tell me a weird pregame ritual that you may have, if any is weird.
Weird.
Yeah, something weird.
I have pregame rituals, but I don't have a weird one.
So you don't have one that's like a blue sock and a pink sock?
Never, no.
Never brush your teeth or anything like that?
Oh, you always brush your teeth.
Well, you may not before the game.
Nah, you gotta brush your teeth. You can't be in people's face with your brushed teeth. And musty breath. Trying to talk to people. No.
Yeah.
I don't have any weird ones. I just have my regular ones.
Okay. What are those?
Always gotta pray before the game.
Okay.
Always gotta, remember who you're playing for. Your identity is not always in baseball. It's who you are as a person and what you give back to the community.
Right.
So I do my dues to the man above and kind of tell everybody I love them before the game, because I do. I genuinely do.
Yeah.
Those are my teammates, and those are the guys who I'd go a long way for those guys on the field. Wow. So
that's awesome. Let's say this: if you weren't playing baseball, what sport would you dominate?
Golf. 100%.
So it would be football.
I say it a lot too. I don't have football dog
DNA.
in me.
Yeah.
DNA dog, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't have that type. I don't have the mentality to just run over people for no reason and hit people for no. I'm too nice for that.
Right.
I'm too nice for that. Right. I have a baseball mentality type of dog in me. I don't have the dog to just want to go. In other words, just run over and kill somebody and hit somebody and make him go flying outside of the lines and on the sidelines and all that stuff.
Right. Okay.
I see some of these highlights on social media, these crazy blatant hits when the receiver catches the ball and they're trying to run to the end zone, but they can't because as soon as he catches it, they just head on.
Right.
No, I couldn't do that. So, but golf would be my second sport.
All right. What's your favorite restaurant here in Middle Georgia?
My favorite restaurant, Makata's. I love Japanese food.
Okay.
My order, for those wondering, I
haven't been there in a while.
I get double fried rice, chicken or steak, and if it's my birthday, I might get double fried rice with a lobster tail. That's my order.
Okay.
Lobster is actually my favorite seafood. I love seafood.
That's a good one, man. What about your sneakers? You go to sneakers. What are you wearing?
I'm not really a sneakerhead. I've had a pair of Dunks, a pair of Polar Dunks before, but I'm not too big of a sneakerhead when it comes to shoes. I do take a lot of pride in my baseball cleats. I love those to be very flashy and nice.
Right.
I don't have a favorite shoe.
So what about your drip on a daily basis? I mean, what do you normally wear?
I'm a casual dude. I don't like to kind of flash everything I have. Like when it's time for me to dress up for like an event, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna be the nicest looking dude there.
That's what's up.
Straight up and down.
My man.
Like I'm not afraid to say it, but just casual look. I'm kind of how I am right now.
Exactly.
I don't really like all the jeans and the flashy jackets. Like I just my casual look.
You're a ball player. Okay.
Casual look.
All right, so think about a player that you kind of model your game after. Is there anyone that you can think of?
There's a bunch of people who play the game the right way. Mookie Betts is probably my number one, just because not only does he play the outfield, but he's also playing shortstop right now, and he's also an infielder. And my swing is pretty relatable to his, just because of how he loads, how he gains ground in the box, and kind of like a little key to him. He's also an African-American baseball player.
No doubt.
I mean, that's my guy.
He's pretty fast too.
He's very fast.
Yeah. What is he running in the 60, you know? Mookie? What you running, like a 6'7", 6'6", what?
6'6",
Okay.
6'6". I can probably get down to a 6'5".
The
nice. Goal when I go to my next showcase is run a 6'4", and I believe I got it in me. I believe I got it in me. I'm gonna run a 6'4".
What are you doing to make sure?
I just like to stay loose. I know if I'm loose, because my mechanics have gotten so much better. That's another thing. I'm gonna go back to my uncle. My uncle was a track star in high school.
Okay.
He was amazing.
He was that guy.
He basically tells me, like, don't make running more complicated than it needs to be. Have your good mechanics, make sure you're pumping your arms, keep your head still, straight through the line, pick a spot out there in the fence, and keep going until you pass those lasers. Wow. So as long as you're stretched, loose, feeling good, you know, I can make it happen.
That's what's up. What about talent, man? What kind of hidden talents you have other than playing golf? And I know that you play a little 8-ball, also ping pong. But what other talent that no one knows about?
A hidden talent that I have a couple. So most people don't know I played trumpet for 4 years. I stopped playing when I got to high school.
Right.
So I could figure out, you know, where I was physically and mentally as a ball player, because 9th grade is where they start doing all the heavy scouting on you.
Sure.
But I was first chair trumpet for 4 years, and I believe I still got it if I were to put a trumpet in my hand right now.
Wow. Wow. Any other instruments out there for you?
Nah, trumpet's my bread and butter. I love trumpet. We have a very good band director too, and he's the man. There's no other way to put it. He's the man.
Wow.
Mr. Jonathan Baker, if you're watching.
Here's a good one here, I think. If your life was a movie, what would you name it?
If my life was a movie, what would I name it?
Yeah.
The Legacy of One.
The Legacy of One.
The Legacy of One.
That's good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You was legit, man.
The Legacy of One.
I'm gonna take that up for your mom. I'm gonna follow you a little bit tighter than you think.
Yeah.
So here at Outside the Lines, right? We get you to sign your photo, and we see that we got two.
Oh, okay.
I got a special one here for you, and I thought you might like it.
Yeah.
I thought you might like it, and I'm gonna get you to sign it. And I'm gonna get you to sign it, but I'm actually send it home with you. So I'm gonna put it in the frame for you, so you can have it for home.
Yeah.
Now, be careful with this marker. It's magic.
Just sign anywhere?
Sign it anywhere. Sign it anywhere.
We're gonna go on the side right here.
I know how important those moms are. Make sure you take that home there.
I got to put the classic 34 on there. I'm going to actually tell the people what the 34 stands for.
Talk to me.
So the 3 and the 4 are a representation of me and my mom's birthday months, because mine is in March.
Okay.
And hers is in April on the 1st, to be specific.
Right.
And that's kind of like the bond between both of us.
Wow.
That's what the 3 and the 4 stands for.
I love it.
So whenever I'm on a team and they have 34 open, that's the first number I pick.
That's the number you're going for.
The second would be 6 because of school ball.
Thought about that.
1, 2, 9, it just follows after that. And so I just keep going until I can get whatever number I need. This year in summer ball, I actually be wearing 14 because 34 is taken. So.
Okay.
And I couldn't have my other secondary numbers. So
Got one more here for you. We're gonna actually send this one to. We're gonna leave it here. Wall of Fame. Get you to sign that for me. I know a lot of times we have pictures. We have tons and tons of pictures in our phone, but we rarely get an opportunity to have them at the house like we used to do back in the day.
Oh yeah.
So I thought this would be great for you. It's an awesome pick right here, man.
Signature's pretty smooth. I'm not gonna lie. I've been
love
practicing
it, man.
a little bit.
You've been practicing. That's nice.
Got to be ready.
You are ready. You are ready. I don't expect nothing but greatness from you, Keon.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Now what we'll do, I'm gonna give you this.
Okay.
And I'm gonna actually get you to walk it over to
Let's do it.
the Wall of Fame.
Okay.
And
Let's see.
you can put it anywhere you want. We can slide things around here. You don't have to put it there.
We're gonna put it right by this one.
There you go.
You want to turn it a certain way?
Yeah, we can squeeze it in here.
Perfect.
There you go. Nice. What do you think about that picture, man? How that makes you feel?
How did it make me feel?
Yes, sir.
It made me feel like, not that I accomplished something, but it made me feel like I had a sense of I'm well on the way.
Yeah.
I mean, I've definitely done some great things to put myself in a position to have this opportunity.
Exactly.
I'm just thankful for, all the people that have helped me get there. So
Awesome. Good stuff, man. Welcome to the Wall of Fame.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Let's see right here. So tell me, what are your thoughts of the Wall of Fame, man? What do you think about that?
Definitely some future legends over there, that's for sure. Definitely some spark plugs that are going to be over there. Big names.
We have so many great athletes over there. And to be honest, I can think of one or two of the athletes that kind of took me over the top. All those athletes, we took our time, we handpicked them, we saw them, and we really wanted them on the podcast.
Yeah.
But I must say today was, I was very grateful. I was very impressed.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing that you're a junior, you still have a senior year to go, you've accomplished so much, you've done so many amazing things that I can't wait to see you on the next level. Yeah. I don't even know if I want to see you senior year.
We got a long way to go.
You may need to just go ahead and take the test and get out of there.
We got a long way to go.
But once again, thank you, man, for coming to Outside the Line podcast. We're going to wrap it up. But before we leave, I would like for you to speak to the camera. I want you to talk to the youth and tell them, your thoughts, your views, something special, something to encourage them. Mm-hmm. Because I can see so many other kids out there saying, I want to be just like Keon.
Mm-hmm.
Keon Johnson, he's from Mactown, he's from Macon. Being that, you talked about earlier,
mm-hmm.
that Macon had some issues and some trouble coming out of Macon. But I feel like Macon is on its way up. And in order to be sure that happens, people like yourself have to continue to make sure, put Macon on their back.
Yeah.
Say, hey, I'm gonna put Macon on my back so we can be better. Who's gonna talk about my city? This is my city.
Yeah.
So many people, they go from Macon to Atlanta and then they call Atlanta their home.
Yeah.
But we need to start calling Macon our home.
Yeah.
And, put Macon on your back and say, hey, I'm gonna make Macon better. So don't forget about the Mactown when you're up there.
Yeah.
And we're looking at you on Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday, Sundays, because MLB, they play all the time.
Yes. Yes.
It's a lot of games.
162 plus playoff.
Oh my God. And we're looking forward to the playoffs. So if you don't mind, talk to the cameraman, just kind of give everybody some encouraging words, especially the youth.
Quote that I always live by is to never let anybody tell you cannot do something. Only you can see your vision and what God has put in your life. You got to trust that and never doubt it, right? You only get your opportunity once and it may not never come again. So stay humble, keep your humility, and be grateful for all your opportunities.
Wow, that's amazing, Keon.
Words to the people.
Keon, I definitely been impressed, man. Thank you again for coming to Outside Line Podcast. We're gonna wrap it up. I know it's time to eat right about now.
Yeah,
What's on the menu for tonight? What are you eating tonight, man?
Oh, probably something good. We got a game tomorrow, and I want to make sure my body's prepared for tomorrow.
That's what's up.
We got a long day at school,
right?
And we got some business to take care of after. The goal is to go.
Who you guys playing tomorrow?
Mount DeSales Academy. Mount DeSales.
Okay.
At their place at 7.
Oh, that's gonna be nice. May try to make that. So I'm gonna leave you once again with my favorite saying. This is wherever you are, be there. Okay. And if you could help me out, we'll say it together or be there together at the end. Get all my athletes, all my podcast clients to come through and say to help me out with it. And so to end this outside the line great moment with Keon Johnson, we'll say wherever you are. I'm gonna point at the camera. Wherever you are, be there. You got to do it again, Keon. You ready? Wherever you are, be there.
Good job.